What's up, everyone? I'm Cynthia and welcome to another edition of the Best Women's Boxing Show, period. I've got Miss Mikaela Mayer. She just gave me a tour of her house. It is windy here in Las Vegas, so bear with us. Mikaela Mayer, I had you on the first fight against Sandy Bryant because we're just getting right into it. You talked your shit. She talked her shit. You both showed up in the ring and you gave us one hell of a fight. Congratulations, by the way, two-time world champion. What made you go into this rematch immediately? Because you want to collect belts.
I know, and some fighters may have gone another direction. I could have very easily sat out, waited for Natasha Jonas and Lauren Price to unify, and gone straight to an undisputed match. But that's really never been the fighter that I am. You guys know that. I'm always up for the challenges, and if the fans want to see the fight and it warrants a rematch, I'm all for it. So I definitely went back to the drawing board after the fight because there was options we wanted to explore. One of those options being a rematch with Baumgardner. So we sent an offer to her team, but she declined the offer, so we weren't able to make that happen.
Wait, a rematch at 147 for her to move up?
No, I was willing to do a catch weight, go down maybe 140 or something like that. She's talked that she can go up, so figured, okay, let's get this rematch out of the way and get my win back. But yeah, it didn't happen. Chantelle Cameron was also an option. And then the Sandy Bryant didn't want to sit out until Lauren Price to because I want to stay busy. So after the fight, when we got all the feedback and everyone loved it so much and wanted the rematch and the views were incredible, so I said, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Just give it to her.
Yeah, I liked what you said in an interview that you know what it's like not to get the immediate rematches for fights that you should have gotten an immediate rematch for fights that you should have won. Just saying. But it's nice that you were able to give Sandy Ryan the fight because from the very get-go, it was already, you guys were talking shit about the teams and the camps, and then all of a sudden you have Paintgate, then you have Postergate. I mean, no.
I'm a businesswoman at the end of the day. So if the money makes sense and the views are there and it makes sense altogether, then we're gonna make it happen. And you're right. The views and the money was there big time for the rematch with Baumgardner and Jonas. And it's unfortunate that we couldn't make those fights happen. But I don't just talk about it. I be about it. So
you be about it. You've always said you are the money girl. You know how the fights work. You know how to make money. And clearly, like you just said, there's money in 3 fights and you chose one. And I'm glad because it's in Viva Las Vegas at Fontainebleau. Yes. And this is a rematch. Of course, it was warranted. It was very, very close. You won a majority decision. Sandy Ryan, credit to her, when she watched it back, she said, you deserve the nod because she fought the wrong fight. Did you think she would actually credit you like that?
No, not necessarily, but I'm glad she did because I do think I had the better game plan, and ultimately I felt very confident that I had won the fight today. Watching back, obviously there's some things that I can do better, some things that I did really well, and things that I want to do better. So I think that this fight will be, you're going to see whose ring IQ is really up there because that surprise element is out the window now, right? We know each other. We went 10 rounds with each other. We know what worked. We know what didn't work. And so now it's who can adjust better, who has the better game plan, who has the better strategy, and who can sort of implement that over 10 rounds.
Were you a little, not shocked, but were you surprised or not surprised at how she fought since you've trained with her trainer and you've been with them for a long time? You were like, oh, I already know how she's going to fight.
And I know her from back in the amateurs too. So we knew that, she wants to come forward and impose her body strength and fight on the inside. Has the boxing ability because she came up in the amateur system. And so I know she knows how to box, but she's always been sort of like, wants to sit on her punch. So we knew that. She fought exactly the way we thought she was going to fight. And to be honest, I think she's going to switch up much.
Do you think it will be different since you both know each other? As she's watched her fight back, will she make the adjustments? And do you think she's going to come in the same exact Sandy Ryan?
We'll see. I think that there's not much she can do to switch up. I think that she knows maybe her biggest thing was she lost the first half of the fight. So she might just kind of, try and turn it up sooner and put the pressure on from round 1. So we're expecting, whatever we're going to be ready.
Now
last fight.
with the kind of power that you both were throwing, I mean, it was hellacious. We love men and women both loved the fight because we like to see women punch each other in the face and go for a knockout. Her power, can you rate it 1 to 10?
I didn't feel any of the punches. I wasn't hurt at all in that fight. But she's physically strong, right? That's what she's good at. She's been in a welterweight her whole career. I've just moved up, so she's had the physical strength and try to impose that on me. But the more the time passes, like I'm really settling into this welterweight body. It takes time to reverse what I did to my body by staying down at 130 all those years, and I feel stronger than ever. Also adding Kofi Jantua into my training camp. He was a puncher back in the day, so he's really helped me with those mechanics. And that's sort of like the last piece of my puzzle, and not having to cut weight anymore. I feel like you guys are going to see it finally.
Everything happens for a reason. Everything always happens for a reason. You said that she was mentally weak. You believe that? Maybe it could have been because of the whole paint gate, someone throwing, and we don't know. As to now, we haven't heard of the CCTV footage, or maybe people do know who it was. Do you have an inkling of who it could be? Because she was blaming you, not you, but your team or somebody in your camp.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even realize I was getting blamed for everything until we get to the arena, and like I hear that things that my team did it, but obviously, preparing for the fight of my life, I didn't have the mental capacity to even go there, and not my style really at all. Coach Al would have my neck if he ever found out I did anything like that. This is not how I was brought up, but at the end of the day, you got to go in there and you got to do what you got to do. It was a little paint on her leg. It wasn't that big of a deal. I think her team stressed her out more than the actual paint.
I mean, to each their own. I can understand why she was stressed because that's kind of scary. And also, I saw the posters of I think it said Sandy Ryan horse. Like, who puts that out there? Shame on whoever did that. Shame on you.
Yeah, I mean, boxing fans are a little crazy. It could have been a hardcore fan of mine. Could have been someone who hates her. I don't know. But obviously it could have probably the same person, right? Someone who's building flyers and trying to sabotage her. So could have nothing to be. It could literally just be someone who hates Sandy.
It could be anyone, and that's the sad part. But I hope, Vegas, it will be a different fight. It's going to be electric. It's going to be, I know someone's going for a knockout. I know that you want to go for a win, but another statement like that is, going another 10 rounds would be awesome. But now on to other pressing matters. You have also Natasha Jonas. You have Lauren Price that just called you up. Jonas, apparently, I don't think she's going to be retiring as of right now. But Lauren Price says she wants the winner of you and Sandy Ryan. I know you've talked about Lauren Price. She is the champion, the ring champion, and the WBA. Is that something you would like to take on next if that would be the case?
Yeah,
or
100%.
is there a rematch clause if Sandy Ryan wins? Is there a trilogy type of?
There's a rematch on my side. Yes.
Oh, okay.
But I don't plan on going there. I plan on kicking Sandy's ass.
Okay.
And on to Price for Undisputed. I fell short at lightweight going Undisputed, and I want to finish what I started. So 100%, I'm not going to shy away from that at all. I think everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Okay. For the best fights. We can make that fight happen next.
Well, we just spoke about Baumgardner. I was going to ask, since it seemed like Alycia and Claressa Shields kind of look like they made up. I guess, I don't know if you saw Alycia had that blonde hair and Claressa put something very nice, actually. I was very shocked. So I'm like, okay, maybe they're besties again. But do you?
I don't care.
Do you? I was gonna say, would you, Alycia? But yes, you answered my question. Now, Claressa, she obviously is undisputed once again. We talked about could you move up to 154 to fight her? Because that's a fight I would love to see. I know you guys are sisters, Olympians.
Listen, I think at the end of the day, we're both businesswomen also, and we want the biggest and best fights. And so I have a job to do at 147. I plan on finishing that job. And then I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to it. If she's not opposed to it, I'm not opposed to it. I don't think I can go any higher than 154. So
I don't think I can see you that.
No, I wouldn't. Definitely not. So, she's at heavyweight right now. She's going to have to work her way down from heavyweight. And if she can do that, then we can talk about it. But, still, heavyweight's still a lot of weight to drop. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm open to all possibilities after this year. It's going to be a big year for me. And then we can start to come up with new goals.
Now you know what's going on. I mean, I know you train right, like literally 5 minutes away from me. And I know that boxing, what's going on, it's different. It's shifting the landscape of boxing, especially for women. And I would like your opinion since we rarely see any fights in Saudi. We saw one fight with Sky Nicholson versus Raven Chapman for Riyadh season. And we did see Ramla Ali before actual Riyadh season.
Mhm.
With Turkey being involved in all the promoters, and we haven't seen any female cards just yet for the Ring Magazine cards that have been announced. It's like, what do you think of that? Because Ring Magazine, I'm on the Ring Magazine women's panel. We rate all of you guys. You're number three right now. How do you think that's going to affect women? If
I don't know. That's up to Turkey now. So far, he's doing a great job revamping the Ring
Yes.
Magazine. He's putting on great fights the fans want to see.
Yes.
And it's not up to me. If he decides to bring women in, I think that'll be what happens. And if he does, I'm obviously here for the opportunity. I think he would be interested in doing big fights. Like, I think that he would maybe be interested in working with females for like a fight like me versus Baumgardner 2 or me versus Claressa Shields. Like something really on that scale might intrigue him a little bit. But we'll see. In the meantime, again, I got a great team and great promoter, and I'm, fighting on ESPN. I have a great system going. So, and lots of big fights. I'm in a great weight class for women's boxing right now, 147. Yes, there's so many girls there. So if it doesn't happen, it doesn't. But I think it would be great.
I think it's so funny because Giandra and I just spoke about that because there have been whispers Claressa might be on the Terrence Crawford card. There have been whispers, not saying it's true, but hey, that would be awesome. And Giandra and I were saying, why not Mikaela versus Alycia Baumgardner? That would be a rematch everyone is clamoring to watch. We just didn't know what weight class because yeah,
I'm willing to go down a little bit for that at a catch weight. I don't think I can go any lower than 140. I let my body finally fill out, and I feel better than ever. Get that strength is coming through, that muscle mass, and I'm not going to hurt myself to go any lower. But again, she talked like she can come up, so if the money's right, I'm sure she's willing to do it. But in the meantime, she can't be picky. I mean, she just had a year suspension, has fought once since then, and I don't know. So she wants to sit on the shelf, fine. If not, we can negotiate.
Giandra wanted me to ask you this question since she's not able to be on the call. Since what were your thoughts when Claressa was found with a positive test, a dirty test due to the marijuana or whatever happened? Why wasn't there so much uproar about Claressa? Because it's still a dirty test as opposed to Alycia Baumgardner, who was tested positive for her substances and then cleared.
I'll tell you why. Because Claressa had a minuscule amount of THC in her system from a mouth swab, not even a urine test. I know Claressa, she doesn't even smoke weed. Maybe kiss someone on the mouth and it got in her saliva. I don't know. Compared to Alycia, who's hotter than any boxer ever. I mean, her levels were through the roof, like what a 400-pound bodybuilder would have in their system. So black market drugs, a black market steroids. So completely different situation. The real question is, where was the Michigan Commission when Alycia popped hot with all that? Somehow she kept all her belts. It's still a mystery. People think she cleared her name. She absolutely didn't clear her name. She just got away with it. So completely different story. And again, I know, so I didn't even think two things about it. I knew she'd get cleared. I mean, whatever little THC, and maybe someone grabbed her and made the fight. They were so excited and happy for her.
I heard during her fight, there was, a lot of people were testing very minuscule and the arena was full of smoke. So
yeah, there you go.
Contact high. That's what I'm assuming. Okay. Well, Mikaela, I don't want to take up much of your time because I know today I feel like everything's going to fall apart here in Vegas. All the winds and it's killing us, but you look great. I see Coach Al walking around. Every time I think of Coach Al, I think of smoking out the window or what's it?
Just gonna hear you now come out every day. Like, I love that song.
I love that song. Every time I listen to it, I sing it and I think of Coach Al.
Yeah.
But good. So can you tell all your fans, why they need to tune in to ESPN? Is it ESPN and ESPN Plus on March 29th?
Yeah, it'll be on ESPN, March 29th, Mayer versus Ryan Sue. If you saw the first one, you know you don't want to miss the second one. It's going to be better. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to kick her ass. It's going to be 100 times more clear than it was the first round. So don't miss it or get your tickets. I got a link to the tickets in my Instagram bio, or again, just catch it live on.
And by the way, the TR team with their promos, that blood.
I know. I was like, oh my God.
I'm like, huh, I wonder who thought of this.
Whatever.
But you know what? It's great promotion. It's entertainment. It's great promotion, but you both back it up. You both back up your talk. I cannot wait. My boyfriend's actually going to be coming live to this fight. I'm like, you have to go to this fight while I work it. So this is
well,
great.
You know what color to wear.
Wait, what color are you wearing? I don't know your fight color.
It's like it's blue. So the color of fountain blue.
Oh, blue. It's like a pure blue or
like
an ocean blue.
Like a steel blue. Like a silver blue.
Okay, I'll be rock. Well, I can't. I'm not supposed to rock team's colors, but I will. I will have my boyfriend. Just cheer for. He's got to cheer for the home team. Yes. Okay, Mikaela, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. You guys check her out March 29th. If not, come to Las Vegas, Fontainebleau. Get your tickets. This is going to be a bloody motherfucking war. Oh my God, did I just curse like that? I have to edit that.
That's your channel. You can do whatever you want.
I know. All right, guys. I'm Cynthia Conte. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Best Women's Boxing Show, period. See you guys at the fights. Bye, guys.